Back in the kitchen with Janice Vigo. She is one of our contestants for today. When it comes to the main course, she likes to do something a little different than turkey. And what are we making today, Janice?
Mushroom stuffed tenderloin.
Ooh, sign me up for that. That sounds amazing. And you know, if you're a traditionalist and you do turkey for Thanksgiving, this might be something you want to do for Christmas or New Year's. So, sounds fancy. Is it hard to do?
No, not really. The hardest is getting everything chopped up.
Oh, well, we can handle that. So put me to work.
Okay.
So what do we got going here?
A tablespoon of bacon drippings from your bacon.
Okay, so we fried up about how many pieces of bacon?
4 strips I fried.
4 strips, and we're taking some of that grease, don't throw it out, and we're going to saute some onions in that bacon drippings.
4 tablespoons.
Okay.
You can put extra to it, doesn't matter.
Okay.
And 1 cup of chopped mushrooms.
Oh. Does anything smell better than onions and bacon together, or bacon drippings?
I'm trying to think how to get chocolate in this because I'm
no kidding. And so you just want to rough chop on these babies?
Yeah, just rough chop.
Okay, all right, I got it. So while I'm doing this, why don't you show everybody what about the tenderloin and what size did you get?
This is a 2-pound. It's a 2 to 3 pound, so I bought a 2-pound one.
Okay.
And you're going to serve probably 6 people.
You know, and that's, I tell people all the time, people are like, tenderloin, that's expensive, it's over my budget. You, first of all, buy it when it's on sale, and a lot of times during the holidays it does go on sale. The other thing is you get a lot of bang for your buck. You know, everybody doesn't need a big old steak, just a few slices, and this is going to have the mushrooms and all that kind of stuff in it.
Right, and it's filling. I mean, it's, you know, you look and say, okay, 6 people, I don't think so, but...
How is this on my mushrooms, or do you like them a little more fine?
A little bit more.
Okay, not a problem. Got great knives here, we can do this.
Yeah.
So are you cooking Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, I am, but I only got 6 people this year.
That's not too bad.
But I'm doing the stuffed tenderloin, and I'm doing my champagne roasted turkey breast that I did last year on this show.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because
Janice is a good cook.
my family's not a big turkey eater, and we like the white meat, so.
Yep, I hear you. That was a good way to do it, too. Okay, so in go our mushrooms with our onions and our bacon drippings.
Yep.
That's going to give those mushrooms some great flavor.
And you cook that till it's, well, it doesn't have to be really, really done, but you want it a little brown.
Okay, so the mushrooms are cooked through.
Right.
I was talking about, you know, earlier in the week I talked about trying to get as much done ahead of time. This part of it, the onions and the, you know, the mushrooms, can that be done?
I've already made this 2 days ahead of time and put it in my fridge, and I've also made it and stuck it in my freezer, except for the last part where you're going to rub your Parmesan cheese with your melted butter on the top of it. Then I don't do that if I'm going to freeze it.
Okay, good tip.
So, you know.
You can have this already stuffed and ready to go before you roast it.
Right.
Love that. Now I see a little butter. Does the butter go in here?
No, this is your butter you're going to melt with your Parmesan cheese to do the outside of the tenderloin before you put it in the oven.
Okay, I'm going to melt the butter. You show everybody how to start dealing with that roast.
Now your tenderloin, you're going to make a pocket.
Yep.
You're going to go down about 3/4 of the way.
So just don't cut all the way through.
Don't cut all the way through.
And it looks like there's...
When I do this, my grandson says to me, Grandma, you're going to cut your fingers. I said, no, I'm not.
And it looks like did you trim the ends a little bit?
The butcher did it for me, so I didn't.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You can ask them to do that.
Yeah, and no extra charge.
And that's why sometimes it pays to buy a big tenderloin and cut the ends off yourself. You can use the ends in beef stroganoff or a quick stir fry, whatever. Okay, butter's melted.
Okay, so now you're going to put 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese in with your butter.
Ooh, this recipe's getting better and better all the time. Should we season the mushrooms with a little salt and pepper?
Nope, no seasoning, nope.
Okay, the bacon drippings will do it.
Yep. And then you take that off the heat, Amy.
Okay.
And you can use fresh chopped garlic, but the minced garlic's in the jar, so that's what I use.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. So,
2 tablespoons of that, Amy.
Into the mushrooms?
Into the mushrooms.
Okay, all right. Just kind of.
Okay.
You brought butter measuring stuff, so we'll throw that in there. Okay.
Then you're going to take a 1/2 cup of these breadcrumbs. I can get it, Amy.
Okay.
And
that goes into the stuffing mixture.
That goes into, yep.
Ooh.
And then your bacon. And you, it takes 10 to 15 minutes to cook your bacon because you want it crisp, and then you just crumble it up.
Okay.
So I cooked it ahead of time.
And that's where we got the grease, the drippings to do the onions.
Yep.
Oh, it smells so good.
And then you want to kind of make sure that's a little cooled down
Okay. Before you stuff
before
it
you
into your meat.
stuff it in there.
Okay.
I do anyway.
Okay. So at home, let this cool a little bit.
Let it
now
cool a
now
little
it
bit.
goes in the center.
Yep, right
Okay.
down there. And you might have a little bit left.
Well, it'd be good in mushrooms or.
Yeah. So what you can do, the rest of your breadcrumbs, you're going to put around it when
Okay.
you're baking it.
So
So,
that you can eat
what
it.
I do,
Yep.
I just put that on top with it.
Okay.
So now you're going to enclose this with toothpicks.
Okay.
Go like that.
And as Janice said, you don't have to be hassling with this, the
No.
day of your meal. You can have this parked in your fridge. I would probably, pull it out and let it rest just
I
a
would,
little bit before
yeah,
you roast it.
I
so it's
would,
not
I
ice
would
cold.
go, let it reach, like you do your turkey, an
Yep,
hour,
yep.
to bring some of the chill out of
Yep,
it.
right.
Okay.
We're not talking about, leaving it on hours and hours on your counter.
No.
We just want to take the chill off of it.
So then you're going to go like this.
And then we've got this rest of
then
the
you-
stuffing.
You're going to take, oh yeah, you can put,
Nope,
yeah,
just basically goes
go around it.
around it on
Around
the
it, yeah.
side. Okay.
Yeah.
So that none of that
Don't
goes to
matter if you
waste.
that, okay.
We've got some
There.
here.
Yeah.
Don't want that good stuffing to go to waste.
No,
Even some extra breadcrumbs I see.
yeah. It says plain, but I usually have enough stuffing left over, so I'll throw that into. And then you're just gonna, I usually use my hand, but being it's kind of warm, and you just kind of drizzle your,
This is the
rub it in.
butter,
This butter
and the Parmesan cheese.
cheese.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you bake it at 350, and the first 15 minutes you leave it uncovered. And then you put foil over it, or if you have a covered casserole.
And parsley comes in too? Parsley? Did we already
we
do
put
parsley?
that in with the stuffing.
In the
yeah,
stuffing,
in
okay.
the stuffing.
Okay.
And then you bake it uncovered for 15 minutes at 350. Bring it out, put foil on it, and you bake it to whatever doneness you like. I usually go medium well.
134, 135 is nice
Is
and
like-
pink. And
yeah, and then like today I baked it to 150, 155.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
Here it is in the oven, and look who gets
I'm
to come
ready.
taste it. This is Susan Bino. She is a well-known culinary expert. Used to have a restaurant in town. Now leads these wonderful culinary mystery tours. Good to see you, lady.
Hi.
You get the fun job of tasting
know.
today.
Oh,
I know.
boy.
How amazing does
Looks
that look? I'm not sure how we're
delicious.
going to deal with cutting this up, but I think we'll figure out a way. Let's see. Let's take a cutting board and get some tongs.
Oh, and then what I do, just for garnish, I'll put some, because there's not much color to it, really no color, but there's mushrooms in it, so I'll kind of like it when I serve it, I'll put mushrooms on the plate.
Yum. Susan, are you ready to have a bite of that?
Oh yeah, look at this.
Oh,
Doesn't that
I
look
know.
good?
That's kind of the best part.
Yeah,
I'm going to use
that's-
your fork here. Cut up Susan a piece, and then she'll get to try it. We'll let it cool just a little bit. Ooh, you can see all that great stuffing. It's perfectly done. A little bit pink inside. Thank you so
Oh,
much,
you're welcome,
Janice.
Amy.
We'll
Thank
put the
you.
recipe on our website, and Susan gets to take a bite of it and let us know what she thinks. Coming up, stay with us.